Hi and welcome to Beginner's Python Coding on Raspberry Pi. This is episode number 1, Hello World, and in this video we're going to write our first Python program. So let's get started. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so that you get a notification every time we release a new episode. Also, you can check out our website leafcutterlearning.com where we've got links to all our videos and lots more Leafcutter Learning content. Okay, for this video we're going to be using a Raspberry Pi 400 running Raspberry Pi OS, and we're going to be using the Thonny app for writing our Python program. Now, depending on what kind of Raspberry Pi you've got, it might look slightly different to this, but you should still be able to follow along. And in fact, even if you've got a Mac or Windows PC, you can get Thonny for that as well. So even there, you'll be able to do the examples. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to go up here to the application menu and we're going to go Programming and Thonny Python IDE. And when that opens up, this is the app we're going to use for writing our Python programs. So let's just jump straight in and write our first program. So we're going to use the print command and we're going to write hello world. And we're going to run that by pressing this green button up here. And the first thing that Thonny is going to do is it's going to ask us to save this Python script. So we're going to give it a name. Let's call it episode 1 and click OK. And then you can see here in the shell window that we've run episode1.py and it's printed out hello world. So that's a really quick first program. And now let's explain a little bit more what it's doing. So up here we've got line 1 of our program that you can see, and it's using the print command. And print basically outputs whatever you tell it to down to this window here. And so in this case we've just output some text, hello world, but this text can be anything. So if you put anything inside these quotation marks, that's what will get printed out. So the quotation marks here at the start, double quotes, and the double quotes at the end, they tell Python this is just some text and you can put whatever you want in there and Python will print it out, and it doesn't care what it is, it just kind of assumes that's human stuff, and so whatever you write is fine. Oh, that's our humans. There we go. Right. Now hopefully you should be able to get that working, and that's what you're seeing on your version of Thonny. But if you aren't seeing that, maybe you've made a little mistake when you're typing it in. So what we'll do now is we'll have a look at the way that things can go wrong and what Thonny is going to say to you to try and help you debug your program. So we'll look at that next. Okay, so I've got my Hello World program here, and we're going to take a look at some of the common errors that programmers make when they're writing code. And so probably the first one is just spelling stuff wrong. So if I change this print to prunt, that's quite a common mistake to make. Just kind of typing the wrong letter and getting the spelling wrong. And let's just run that script and see what Python says to us. So you can see down here we've got like a big error message and there's loads of red text, and the first few times you see this it can be a little bit scary, but really all it is Python trying to tell you that it doesn't understand something, and it's giving you as much information as it can about the thing it doesn't understand. So you can see here that in blue it's telling us that in our episode1.py Python script on line 1 there's an error and it's saying prunt is not defined. So it's kind of saying I don't understand what prunt means, and so that's actually quite a big help to let you fix that, because you can look at it and say, well, I meant to say print there, you change it to print, and then if you run it again that's working fine. Now another common mistake is if maybe you forgot to put in the double quotes, you can get something like this, print hello world. Yeah, that should work fine. Let's give that a go. And again, you get another splodge of red, and there's some more problems. And you can see here that it's saying syntax error, invalid syntax. And what syntax error means is it just doesn't understand the commands you've put in. And the reason that it's saying that here is that because there are no double quotes around hello world, Python is expecting it to be a command that it will understand. And because it doesn't have a hello command or a world command, it's getting confused and it's saying there's a syntax error. There's something wrong with the way that you've written that program. And so if you put the double quotes back in, you can see that all of this text goes green. And that's kind of Thonny helping you by saying the stuff here is text. So I've coloured it in green for you. And that's actually very useful because when you're kind of looking through a program, you can see that the command print is in a kind of, I don't know what colour you'd call that. Maybe sort of a reddy purple, I don't know. But all the commands are in that colour, and anything that's text is in green. And you can see the brackets there have just gone highlighted in blue. And that's just to help you as you're scanning through larger programs, just to kind of figure out what's going on. So when I put the double quotes back in, it kind of understands the hello world is just text. And then when we run it, it's back to being fine again. Okay, great. Well, that's probably enough for our first program. So congratulations if you've got that working, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this video, and remember to subscribe to the channel. Check out the links below for some more videos in this series.